Hello, hello. How you doing, Mitchell?
I am sleepy. How you doing?
Alive, I guess.
That's good.
Not as sleepy as you, so
That's good.
yeah. So in this video, we'll be talking about how to study when there's too much information. So like the MCAT, your board, other board exams, stuff like that. So yeah. So first point is do your research. Figure out what the best review book for the subject is. So for the MCAT, some people like Kaplan, other people like Exam Crackers. Other people like Princeton. So figure out what the best review book is for you because each has their pros and their cons. Also ask fellow students how they approached it and take their opinions with a grain of salt. Some people might be really good at learning from pictures, so they might pick a book with a lot more pictures than other books. Or they might just need the bare bones, so they pick Exam Crackers over Kaplan, which Kaplan just gives you a lot more information. But whatever you do, just pick one or two resources and then work from there. You don't want to pick like three different sets of MCAT books and then make add so much information for you to learn for in like 3 to 4 months. There's just information overload, you know?
Yeah, like kind of like what happened to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So just pick like one or two books and stick with it. And if that doesn't work out that time, switch it up the next time. But that's all I have for that tip. So once you have your books, you have to read through the book. So how do you read through the book? So what's the contents of the chapter? Take notes of like keywords. So biology is pretty big on vocabulary. So it's kind of OChem too. And like if you don't know the keywords, you're not gonna understand what the book's even talking about. So you better like just write down the keywords like on the side of the paper or something, and the margins of the book, whatever you want to write on. I usually take like a notepad down, write stuff down. Skim through the chapter, and then write down some questions about each section. So in a book, they usually by a section, so it splits it up by maybe by this is the cell cycle section. This is, I don't know, the parts of the cell section. I don't know what the book is separated like. But make sure you write down some questions about each section that you might have just looking at it. Like, oh, what's this going to be about? What's that cell part do? It might be something you write down. But that cell part, what's that part do? And then you want to take your time and read through the book. So read through it while summarizing each section in the margins. What I like to do is just read like maybe one or two sections, close the book, try to write down stuff that I remember, and then see if I remember it. This is active learning versus passive learning. This takes a lot of time to do, so I didn't do this as much as I probably should. But when I do this, I remember the material a lot better. And then after you're done, close the book, take away all your summaries, and then write down the questions that you had about each section. See if you can answer them with just from memory. Have you done anything similar to this?
Um, the write the questions down about each section. I have. Read while summarizing the section. I have. But write down the answers from you read from the. Well, actually, yeah, I have. I've done the last three.
Do you think they helped you
Uh,
then?
I mean, I guess I've never done the. I mean, I've never done the first one. Um, that I just skimmed through the contents. I mean, I think I should. I'll learn more English words that way.
I mean, this is kind of like the Feynman method, to be honest. It's
Yeah,
just a
pretty
different
much.
variation of it. So I usually just do it like after each section. I try to close the book and write stuff down just to make sure I got like the key points out of that section. I'm gonna be trying to do that a lot more when I take the MCAT back in January. So see if that helps me there. And then the next tip is take breaks. So people, if you're watching this video, you probably know about the Pomodoro technique. If not, this is what it is. You work for 25-30 minutes and take about a quick 5-minute break. The importance of why you do this is because of the primacy and recency effect. So in your study, you remember the beginning stuff you learn, and then towards the end. So like the 25-30 minutes is kind of like the key point where you don't forget much information. But if you're studying for like 4 to 5 hours, you're gonna forget a lot of stuff in the middle. That's a long period of time to be studying. You're probably going to forget a lot. This just takes doing the 25, 30-minute chunks takes the primacy and recency effects and kind of like uses them to help you remember more. But it is kind of annoying to stop studying, take a break, come back to studying, take a break. So I can see people not liking that as well. I think you said you do this, right?
Yeah, I do 25 to 30 minutes at a time. But I don't do 5 minutes. I do 10 minutes. I think. Well, I try to do 5 minutes, but it ended up being between 5 and 10.
Yeah, 5-minute break's pretty quick. That's usually just like a bathroom break, and then you're like, oh, time to start it up again. So a 5 10 minute break, it's fine as long as you're not getting distracted by social media, not playing a video game or anything. Because that'll take more than 5 10 minutes, and everybody knows that. So next step is utilizing spaced repetition. If you guys haven't watched our Anki videos, go check those out because let's talk about Anki. So Anki is a spaced repetition app that lets you basically review the stuff you don't know and then push the stuff you do know in the future to a time where you might forget it. But if you aren't honest on your Anki reviews, then you're just gonna hurt yourself in the long run. I've had times when I had like 600 flashcards to do in one day. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it in spacebar because I don't want to see 600 flashcards today. And then that comes back and hurts you in the long run.
That's a lot.
When I was studying for the MCAT, I had about 1,000 flashcards a day to do. So it took pretty much all day. But you have to be honest in your Anki reviews, or just don't do Anki in general. If you're gonna lie to yourself, say you know something when you really don't, you're just gonna hurt yourself. But Anki is only good to learn information and get in your head. You have to do practice questions, which goes to the next point. So practice questions, the next point. You want to pick a source that's reputable. So for the NAPLEX or the pharmacy boards, RX Prep is pretty much the main company for that, and they have like a huge question bank you pretty much have separated by sections. For the MCAT, they have UWorld. I mean, that's pretty much the main company. UWorld also actually owns RX Prep now, so it's basically the same thing now. But what else do you have to add to this?
Um, I don't do UWorld, so I just do like the exams, test exams.
Yeah, exams work too. Also, if you're studying for the MCAT, Khan Academy has a lot of free practice questions on their website, so check those out too. Because some of them are kind of offbeat, but it's still practice questions, so if you know the information, it's good. I think that's it for this video, guys. If you have any questions about this techniques, let us know in the comments below. Also, check out the Anki videos if you're confused what Anki is. We'll see you in the next one.